Morning, everybody. It is 8:10 a.m. It is June 11th. Market's pretty benign yesterday. I mean, obviously held Friday's lows, pushed up, but as expected, kind of just in this range. Huge data um, coming out tomorrow. I think they said it's the first time since 2020, I believe, that the FOMC and CPI land on the same day. So, pretty interesting fact there. Um, Pretty much, we're waiting, right? The market's queuing up for a big move. So, I mean, I don't think there's going to be a shocker. I think it's going to pause again. I don't think anybody's expecting a cut. It's probably going to be all about the statement and the press conference afterwards. See what Powell says. I mean, the unemployment did tick up to 4%. Who knows what Powell's going to say about that? I mean, that bodes well for cuts if the unemployment keeps ticking up. So we'll have to see. All right. So anyway, welcome to my channel. My name's Steven Gonzalez. I use volume profile, market profile to find structure in the markets along with supply and demand, gamma exposure levels, anchor VWAPs, and most share price of the year, the rolling month, the rolling week, and the previous day. Just helps me find structure in the market. Helps me create a plan. All right. Helps me focus on how I want to trade that day. Okay. Like yesterday, I didn't even take a trade. Okay. So there was a possibility for a long in the morning, but the market was so mixed. My things I look at were kind of mixed. The gamma flip points and stuff like that were mixed. So I was like, I saw a possible long. Would it have worked? Yes. But there was also lower volume yesterday, lower volatility in the morning. So I decided to just sit it out. All right. But every day I do this 8:10 a.m. Okay, every day I do it at 8:10 a.m. It's a habit of mine. I don't know how long I've been doing it. Maybe for over close to, I don't know if it's close to 2 years yet, but it's my routine. I would do this now with or without anybody watching, and hopefully everybody can join me. All right, so I'm going to go over leaders and laggards, news, economic calendar. We'll go over maybe some upgrades, downgrades, why stocks are moving, and basically at 8:30, around 8:30. Go over the structure of the markets, and then we go over scenarios, possible long shorts, and yeah, that's what I do. That's what I do every day. Hopefully, you guys can join me, and if you do join me, subscribe, set an alert. Okay, you can join me every day. All right. If you do enjoy my content, please always give me a thumbs up or a like. That would be much appreciated. You could always follow me on X at Gonzo719 as well. All right. Why don't we go right into the watch list? The futures watch list, that is. Okay. And what do we got going on here? We got a leading VIX. All right, holding over 13. Like I said, I think people are hedged a little bit prior to this big data day of Wednesday. All right, bonds are being bought. That should send the 10-year yield higher. Dollar is up. Gold is up with the dollar. Interesting. Gold had a massive pullback, so maybe people are getting into gold. 10-year yield report at 820. Crude reached the level I thought it would. I missed that long. I hesitated too much on that long, and it moved right back to the most traded price of the last year. Okay. ES down 0.25, NQ down 0.25, Dow is down 0.33, Russell's down 0.62, very sensitive to the 10-year yield. Also, we'll get into that calendar. I believe the 10-year bond auctions today at 1 p.m. Silver's down 1.32. Interesting. Gold's up, silver's down. Bitcoin is the big loser in Ether today, down 3.69%, about 67,295. Ether's down 3.92, almost 4%. So that's what's going on in futures. Move over to the Max 7 Plus. We got snow. Snow's been getting hammered, destroyed. Okay, destroyed, but they're up 0.58. Okay, AMD playing around that 160 support level. Up to 161 right now pre-market. Who knows what happens with that? They did get a downgrade by Morgan Stanley. I read about a little why they did that. But let's see if AMD can finally break out of this consolidation. I know we got big data, but it is up over $1 over that big support of 160. Let's see. Okay. Tesla's up 0.18, but that's it. All right, now let's look at some laggards here. Nvidia, Microsoft, Apple had that big worldwide conference yesterday. People were not their partnership with OpenAI, their new calculator. People were underwhelmed by that. Nvidia is down 0.33. Baba is down 0.79. Coinbase is obviously in sympathy with Bitcoin, is down 3.23%. All right, moving on. Top sector stocks. Eli Lilly getting some love today. All right, up 1.97%. That's pretty good for Eli Lilly. Now I remember looking at Eli Lilly when it was at 500 and something. Boy, you always have a buyer's regret there that it didn't nibble there. PepsiCo up one. Not a lot of leaders here. We got laggards. Cat. I've been eyeing Cat. Okay, I've been eyeing Cat. There's a pretty key level around 329, 330. All right, loses that, it could fall a little bit. If it holds it, maybe you get a bounce. Qualcomm's down 0.24. Salesforce down 0.25. Disney down 0.29. Morgan Stanley is down 0.30. All right, now going to swing trade list. Let's see leaders and laggards here. Spotify, just saw they mentioned a premium subscription status. All right, they're getting love with that news, up 1.94%. GM's up 1.14. Shopify, I saw got an upgrade. It's up 0.90. Celsius up 0.50. There's not much leaders today. Okay, let's look at laggards. This is all probably Bitcoin related, right? Mara down 3.65. Bitcoin ETF down 3.51. MicroStrategies down 2.8. Riot down 2.5. All Bitcoin related. Robinhood down 2.2. Dutch Bros down 1.65. Alcoa down 1.6. AstraZeneca down 1.3. And Taiwan Semiconductors down 1.08. And GameStop down 1%. All right, that's what we're looking at there. All right, let's go on to sectors. And sectors, there's not really a leader, right? Pretty much unchanged. Then we got discretionary down 0.01. Let's just go here. Financials down 0.27. Basic materials down 0.32. Doesn't move the market. Semis. I believe they said all-time highs in semiconductors yesterday. Maybe people taking some profits. That is down 0.34. Okay, so that's pretty interesting. Semiconductors down 0.34. That usually means risk off when semis are down. Okay, but it also can mean buy dip, right? The AI evolution or revolution. Okay, that's what we got going on. All right, now we can get into economic calendar, some news. Let's do that. All right, what are we looking at today? 10-year bond auction. That's really what we're looking at today at 1 p.m. I hope to be done trading by then, so shouldn't really matter. But if I'm in a position that I'm holding, it pretty much could matter. All right, now obviously tomorrow, big CPI and FOMC. Give me one sec. I want to see if I have news otherwise. Give me one sec. I'm going to pull up. Got some new. See if there's anything else popping in the news that I don't know about, that I haven't mentioned. I don't think there is, but let's see it. All right, let's see. All right, GameStop price declines. Time decay hammer. Warren Kitty's option position. Let's see. Musk. I know everybody probably seen this. Musk warns about banning Apple iPhones from his company because of the OpenAI integration. Here's the Lilly's Alzheimer's drug set gets unanimous backing from FDA. That's why Eli Lilly is up. That's that. All right. I'm only gonna go over stuff that I feel that I don't know about. All right, here's some. Let's see here. Apple. Davidson raises from a buy from neutral. Nvidia. Evercore ICI adjusts target price to 131 from 13.10. Okay, that's for the 10 to 1 block split. All right, big deal. All right, I don't think there's much in the juice here. Not really. Let's look at upgrades and downgrades. Let's look at the upgrades this morning. We got an Apple, got an upgrade, and neutral to buy, and that's 200 price target to 230 now. All right, AT&T got an upgrade from underperform to neutral. Let's see downgrades. Downgrades, Cleveland Cliffs. That's really it. Let's see, initiates coverage. ON, outperform, price target of 50. Shopify, there it is, initiated overweight, price target 74. That's why Shopify is moving up. Raise this target. Let's see, for Solar got a target raise from 246 to 344. Yeah, that's about it there. Lowers target. Nothing really to talk about there. That's about it. I think that's about it. Light on news this morning. Light on news. Okay. I gave you all the news already. Alright, I think we can go over to the daily charts here. Let's look at the good old SPY. Alright. Let's see what we did yesterday. A whole lot of nothing, really. Let's get this trend line out of here. It don't matter. Alright, so yesterday, all we did, let's get a little zoomed in here. All we did, opened here, right? Initially we held and pushed up, but then we came back down. Really not much. Look at these days, 3 days. We're balancing. We're balancing, and we're waiting for the big data tomorrow. Who wants to put that much risk on before that? Okay. So that's basically what it's coming down to. What are we at now? 534.32, 534.32. Yeah, we're like at the midpoint. That's not a great area to be in. We can see it here in futures. Let's look at that. You can see just the sideways motion in futures, right? Just waiting. Just waiting. Alright, that's all I was really doing. Talked about it yesterday. Can we get an outsized move before this day? Of course, it's happened before. Probability is not with us. Alright, here's Q's. Pretty much balanced move. 463.63, 463.60. Yeah, right in the middle of yesterday's session. Really no edge there at all. Let's look at the Q's. Sideways, right? Sideways. Holding these higher prices. That's bullish. That's bullish, but obviously get to tomorrow, whatever, depending on CPI, depending on FOMC statement, and then followed by the press conference, that should shake up the whole market. And we're setting up for a big move again. Okay? Depends if Powell, nobody's expecting him to cut rates. However, you want to see if he's dovish or hawkish. That's really all that matters. Okay? I believe their dot plot gets revealed tomorrow too. So that's kind of what's going on there. Now we can look at the triple-headed monster that I like to look at every day, and that's the 10-year yield, the VIX, and the dollar. And let's see what that 10-year yield is reporting at. 10-year yield, I said it should rise. Oh, look at that. That's interesting. Oh no, I shouldn't rise. It should go down because 30-year bonds are being bought. I misspoke before. Bonds are being bought, which would take yields down. So yields are gapping lower here, right here. They're down. They're down. Interesting. Down 0.87%. They're down. Big spike up, but they're down here. Okay, so they're at 4.43 yield. Interesting. In the web of moving averages here. This is waiting too for tomorrow. The 10-year yield, right? Maybe got a little HUD of itself. All right, so eyes on the 10-year yield. And now we got to look at that dollar. That dollar's been making a move with the euro at lows. Yeah, that dollar's making a move. I mean, if we look at the dollar, I mean the euro here, you should see a big decline in the euro here. Yep. So here's the euro. So you got a big decline in the euro. So that's going to shove that dollar up. Okay. So that's not good for equities and commodities. The dollar rising. All right. That's not good. So the VIX, and that's before this big data is coming out. Interesting. The VIX is a little elevated today. See, moving, but you need to get into the 15 range to see some real nice volatility. All right. But that dollar creeping up, and yields already creeped up. So interesting, very interesting. That is your triple-headed monster update. This will definitely look different tomorrow afternoon. Okay, that will very much look different. The market will look different. The market should break out of this balance. All right, it's going to. It's not if, it's going to. Does it mean it stays and continues breaking out? I don't know, but it will break out. This determine if you get follow through or if you don't. All right, now brings us to the moment that we look at structure. We look at the overall markets. Like I said, I do this every day live. All right, every day live. I don't analyze it before. I used to have to really analyze it back in the day when I really had to concentrate and I couldn't see things that I see now right away. Okay, it does become like kind of an art form to read it, but once you do, it's like riding a bike. You never forget it. All right, here we go. Here's the volume profile, market profile. That's my baby. And what do we got on the charts today? If you're new, I'll just go over quickly. Here's a rolling week profile. Okay, I'm going to go over it quickly if you're new. Here's value area. And value area just means exactly what it says. 70% of the trade has happened in the last week in this area, right here. And where's price? Right in the value area. Not a surprise. Okay, folks, the market is an auction, just like a house, just like a car auction, just like this. And what it's saying right now is this area is value for the ES, for the SPY, right? The most traded price of this week is 53.65 right here. The market's telling you that's the fairest price for if you're going to buy. Say the market, the ES is the house. This is what it's saying is the fairest price in this area. This is the value area. You're lucky if you buy here, right? Because that's below value. You're not lucky if you buy up here. That's all you have to look at it here, okay? All right. Now, most traded price of the week here. Most traded price of the month's here. Like I said, I could see us just doing this until tomorrow. We haven't even touched down here, right? Doesn't mean we don't, and it doesn't mean it's bearish if we do, right? Because we're just in balance. Look at this. Look how many sessions now are in this area. A lot. All right, that means indecision. That means waiting for news. Market's waiting for more information. That's all that means. Okay. Now, if we look at what's going on now, here's price, right? Price, and here's the midpoint of yesterday, and price is here. Not really the place you want to be. Okay. So I want to see a push out here. So here we're inside yesterday's range. Okay, here's yesterday's highs, here's yesterday's lows. Okay, so what you see here is you basically held to the tick pretty much Friday's lows, got bought up. That's what you saw. And then ran out of steam. Okay? Now, so yesterday's highs, yesterday's lows. And overnight highs, overnight lows. And again, what did I tell you yesterday? 97% of the time, the market hits the overnight lows over the overnight highs. Okay, so we have to see where we are, but right, so basically it's so easy today. Okay, because you basically have like a weak high here, and this is kind of the overnight lows is basically the bottom of the balance area here. So we're going to either test here or we're going to test here. Okay, it's pretty much what we're going to do. You consider that an inside out move. That's what we'll see. So the market's going to give us that. It's either going to push here or it's going to push into here. And then the market's either going to go nope and nope, we need more information, we'll wait for tomorrow. Now again, can it just, the 10-year auction maybe do something where we temporarily break out? Maybe. I don't know though. Okay. So pretty easy. Pretty simple today, what we're looking at. Let's just go over the scenarios right now. And just so you know, if you're new, you can see these areas that are black. That's the real-time trading hours, and every light, like grayish area is the overnight sessions. Right? That's how it's broken up. So I can see every overnight and every real day trading hours in one chart. That's why I love looking at it like this, because you really see a clear picture of where the overnight are. All right, it's very important where those are. All right, if it wasn't important, I wouldn't have it on my chart at all. Okay, so like I said, we're in between these big levels, and which is expected. Okay, now we could even trade here heavier and move this most traded price of the month up here, which would be ultimate balance, which then even makes the move even bigger. That's going to happen. Okay, but let's get into scenarios. All right, so here it is. You got demand right here, and this demand lines straight up with the support of this bottom bracket. So I'm just going to be looking for, what are we going to do if we possibly get to yesterday's lows and this demand? If you get higher lows, well, guess what? We're going to probably test, at least go back to the most traded price of the week. But if you hold, you could test this week high here, 53.74, let's call it, and maybe you push out a little bit. That's really it. Okay. Now, if you do happen to break down yesterday's lows, you do have single prints here. Okay. And even in this, it still would consider this not bearish, but you could clean these single prints, hit the monthly VWAP and the most traded price of the month, and my guess would be you start getting some higher lows, we're going to go right back here. Okay, I wouldn't be too nervous if we get down here at all. All right, that's what I'm looking for. All right, so bear. Really, the only thing I'm looking for is, all right, let's see what we do here. Even when we come in, push up into this most traded price and supply right here, and either this is going to be resistant and you get a little pop, boop, lower high. Well, if we hold under that big level, we're going to go back and test yesterday's lows. Could bring us down to the most traded price of the month, which is like 53.25, 53. Yeah, let's see. All right, if you break that, yeah, we can go down here to about 5,300. Like I said, anything can happen. I say probability is not in that, but anything can happen. That's really all that I'd be interested in today. I'm not interested in anything really inside this area. That is a chop zone. You know what I mean? It might seem good if you stare at price action. You might go, ooh, but it's an illusion. Okay? You want to trade when the people are in most pain. Not in here. All right? Because why? I just want to explain this. If the most people have traded in this area, right? It's indisputable. It's not like I'm making that up. That's the most contracts have traded in this area. Well, it's a magnet. So even if people don't have this on their chart, let's say, right? It doesn't matter. It's almost a self-fulfilling prophecy. Right here. It just is the magnet. It's the most trades happening constantly at this area. So if the most trades are happening, people are initiating trades, taking them off here. It's just so congested. Why be there? You don't want to be there. Okay? Just letting you know. All right. So if the price goes in there and you wonder why, oh my God, this price is chopping around, wait for it to move to the edge. All right, NASDAQ. It's not much different, folks. We're in balance, okay? Let's a profile. Balance balance profile. Look at it. Here's the value area right here. Value 70% of the trade. We're in value, right? As expected. Got a balance profile. That's really it. You're in balance. Not much to say more than that. Okay. Now, all right, you got a weak low here. What that 199 189.77 is a weak low. So that's the bottom of the balance area. Okay, here's a weak high around 191.50. There's your bracket. That's our playing field. All right. Now, again, Nasdaq has a little different structure here. Yes, the balance, but underneath the balance is very weak structure. Single prints that have not been cleaned yet. So if you do get a moment of weakness, see, you got lows here. All this area has not really been broken. If we do happen to come here, I would not be shocked. Okay, get a liquidation break, and you out of nowhere you just get boom. You clean these single prints, hit the monthly VWAP, bounce up, and we wait for tomorrow. That would not shock me. Some people might think, oh my God, bearish, right? I would. This monthly VWAP should catch it at 188.75. I would pretty much say this probability. All right. Could it blow through? Of course. All right. So, and then on the other side, right? What are we going to do here? Well, it's been resistant once, twice, three times. All right. Is it resistant again? Most likely today. Probability, yes. And then we probably do this today. That's really it. Okay. Now, if we look at it, price is here. The myth didn't point it yesterday. 50% of yesterday's here. Not a great place to be. Okay, you're in the middle of chop. You're in the value area. You're in the middle of chop. So overnight low, overnight high, overnight low. Yesterday's high, yesterday's low. You're inside yesterday's session. Again, inside out. You're going to have to test yesterday's lows, overnight high, or yesterday's highs. That's it. And then have to see what the market does. If you repeat what the market's been doing, we should get a move up a little bit and then fade back to the middle. You should get a move down a little bit and move back to the mean, reversion to the mean. Okay, unless you get some type of confirmation that we're weak or we're really strong and you make a big move. But probability wise, we should stay in balance because of tomorrow. You're waiting for big information, right? Price action can fool everybody. Because even if we did this, oh my God, and then boop, oh my God, and then comes right back in, right? Price actions, you got to really be looking at these bigger time frames to see like, oh, okay, I mean even if we smash down to here, but then we get caught up, right? Well, in the beginning in trading, you get fooled very easily with price action. Oh my God, look at that big red candle, big green candle. Oh, I used to feel that way. So, but now you just look at it like this. We're still in balance. So, all right, let's get into scenarios. It's going to be very similar. Not going to lie. Here's your big demand zone here. It's all about this weak low here. What's going to happen if it's tested, right? So I expect it to be if it goes down lower. And what do you have to gauge what happens here. What do we do? Get higher lows, and then we're going to move back here. You know, if we cross this area, then we're going to test this area up, this weak high. Maybe we break it a little bit. Okay. Now, like I said yesterday, single prints are weak structure. That's what you have below in the Nasdaq. They're weak structure. If tested, they should get blown apart. They should get cleaned. Okay. However, if they don't, that's bullish. So if we do come down, break yesterday's lows, and we come down and clean maybe these single prints, and then these single prints that should get clean get support, and you get higher lows, we're going back here, folks. So whenever something's supposed to happen and it doesn't, you go the other way. That's bullish. Okay, that is the scenario there. Now we're looking at shorts. We do have supply, overhead supply here. We do have a weak high here. Okay, you have the most traded. So now, what are we going to look for? We're going to look for the market to push up, price up. into this supply up here. Test yesterday's highs. Let's see what we do. Test this week high possibly. All right, see if we get some failure at the lower high, lower high. Then you know, okay, market's not too strong. You only know that after the market's open. And then let's see what we do. If we come back through here, well, we're probably going to test this side. And then my guess would be, even if we do this, we probably bounce and do this for tomorrow. Okay, that's really all I'd be interested in. And honestly, I'd rather be long today. I'd rather have a move here than up here, because then you're battling all-time highs, right? But you have to see. I mean, if it presents itself, it presents itself. Okay. All right, it's pretty simple today. All right, trying to keep it simple for you. So that's going to be it. All right, hopefully you enjoyed my content. I do it every day, like I said, at 8:10 a.m. Hopefully you can join me. And to me, it's like a Cliff Notes. It probably dates me here. But back in the day when I was in school, if you didn't want to read a book like Shakespeare or something like that, you bought the Cliff Notes. You read, because I didn't understand Shakespeare. So you would buy that and you get straight to the point of what's going on. All right? And that's what I feel like I provide every day. Now, I do show market profile, volume profile, which might look like, what the heck is this guy looking at? I thought that too, but this is my edge. Okay, this is how I like to look at the market. Once I saw how it worked, I was like, this is how I come up with game plans. This is how I come up with game plans. Don't get me wrong, I use candlesticks. Okay, I trust me, I use candlesticks. But this is how I come up with my game plan. Supply and demand, most traded prices, right? Volume profile, market profile. It's how I come up with my scenarios. All right. It doesn't fail me, and this is what works for me. Doesn't mean it has to work for you. All right. But let me know. I'd like anybody to let me know if you'd like to see me also do it on candlestick to make it easier, or if you would like me to go over market profile and volume profile in more detail, which I might think about doing. Right. There's a lot of things I might think about doing. All right. But I don't know what anybody else would like. Right. I think people would like that if I made some content on how to read what I'm doing. However, I wish everybody luck. Stay patient today. Name of the game is fade the edges today. And you just got to read the market. All right. Okay. So everybody have a great day. I'll see you everybody tomorrow.